So the episode starts off with Ethelrido Pearl Smutney in school getting disciplined by her principal for getting into a fight with a student in class. Ethelrido comes off as a smart aleck. At one point in the show, she said, "It's not that I have. See, the problem is that I'm not disruptive. In fact, I'm a student of exceptional virtue and high achievements." I know that's right, Ethelrido. Go on, little black girl from the 1950s. We all know smart Alex. It's hard for them to make friends. And Ethelrido has a bougie way about her. Like, she know where she's going. She knows she's smart. And yeah, it's like take it or leave it. This is who I am. And I like that. I like Ethelrido. So Ethelrido takes us on a journey. This is 1950 St. Louis, Missouri, and she's telling us about the mobster's tradition of exchanging a member of each family into your enemy's household. And we see first it was the Hebrews and the Irish. The Irish snakes the Hebrews. Has the Hebrew boy, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, they snakes the Hebrews. So then it's the Irish and the Italians. The Italian then snakes the. Next up, we have the Irish and the Italians. The Irish family is the Mulligan concern. And then we have the Fada family, which is the Italians. This time, the Fada family snakes the Irish. The karma comes back. Karma sure will come back. And, See, this is the thing is the thing that I got out of that is everybody think they're outsmarting the next, and everybody's just all of these are all of them collectively is not that smart. As we see, none of this trading is ensuring peace in the streets. Is just a bunch of backstabbing. And then you massacre a whole family and expect that the next won't flip on you like you did the previous family before. Like, word get around. Even in 1950, I'm sorry, that was a few years before. Even, back then, the word will get around that you are a cutthroat, dirty snake. And we see that with the Fada family. Sure enough, repays the Mullah concern back using their son to portray his own family. One point in the episode, Ethelrido says something that rang truth. It was when the mobsters was all in the room, and she was like, not one person in that room was white. All of them are fighting for equality, but who really gets to decide? And this is the ilk of American culture. What's baffling to me is that how non-whites will come over in search of better life, which I believe everybody should, no matter what country you're from. This is the land of that, the land of opportunities. So you come here in search of it. But when you come here in search of it and you get treated like the bottom of the barrel, and then you have the nerve to treat the next one like that. And I just cannot process that, but that's the ilk of American culture. It's a dog eat dog crabs in a barrel type situation, and that includes blacks as well. It's like blacks that get a little success, and I mean a little, and they. I'm not black like that. I'm black like this. Like that's the ilk of America. Welcome to America. So now we have the Fada family with the blacks. This is the Cannon Limited Family, um, played by Chris Rock. My opinion of this, I like Chris Rock in this. I do think some of his lines could be a little more stronger, but I think for the most part, I know I was expecting a little funny out of him, and as the season go on, I'm seeing that he's just not that. He's just not supposed to be a funny character. He's a serious character. And once I got into that and took it as face value, I began to enjoy Chris Rock uh, in this position, in this role. Okay, so we got Lloyd, which is Chris Rock character, and not it's Lloyd, and Dr. Senator, um, and well, the whole crew at this point. We got the whole crew, and they do the trade off. And Dr. Senator, we see him having a conversation with Lloyd about, are you sure about this? And no, you the one who told me, you the one who said the war is killing us. Remember, you remember what happened to the Irish. This is what Dr. Senator is telling Lloyd. You remember what happened to the Irish? We his response was, we done been back and forth about this. The Italians has the upper hand for now. We must go along with this. Dr. Senator said in return, like, well, it has to be something smaller we can sacrifice. This is your baby boy. And that's what, and this is why I said, like, none of them is so smart, because it's like you're going into the situation, you know what your risks are, and you're going to take your son and place him in this position. Could be my son. I'm telling you, me and my husband, I would have to leave him. I would really have to pick up my things and leave. And every family do make sacrifices for the betterment of their family and their community, and bringing abundance to it. And in order to do that, these are the prices. These are the price that you pay in the life of crime. Next, we have Ethel Ryder takes us to our home, which is a funeral home, and she's in an interracial family, a white father and a black mother. I can only imagine how difficult her family dynamic was back then. Even though Ethel Ryder, I would say, seems like she has a close relationship with her dad. Like, she's a daddy's girl, it seems. However, like, just the little things, as a father who loves his daughter, adores his daughter, because I think her father does adore her. He, even as a businessman in his own home, he can't say, well, my daughter's going to walk through the front door. Of course, customer service is always first. You want to keep that flowing, but still, look at those dynamics. Do I, allow my daughter to gracefully walk through her own home, or do I satisfy the customers anyway? Yeah, and she's in a black, an interracial family. Her dad, Thurman, is weird. He is weird, and he has his blank look with him. And let me just digress. I can I can be that way too. I could be real Kelly Bundy. Back in the day, that was a running joke in my family that I was the Kelly Bundy. Not so much, stupid, just clueless, a little time. Anyway, I digressed. On at the right away in the house through the kitchen, she runs into this weird ass white lady, and she's weird as shit. She's sitting in the damn funeral home, don't even know the people, and is sitting there sobbing. So at one point, Thurman came in and he was like, "Oh, you met my daughter," and the nurse is taken back. She's like, "Oh, that's your daughter? Oh, okay, I see the resemblance. She's a product of miscegenation." Bitch, what the fuck is that? Like, okay, I know what miscegenation is, but okay, I gotta remember we're back in those times. So at the park, we see Lloyd trying to make a deal for territory with Donatello, and he's trying to negotiate territory. And then, okay, let me set the scene. So we have Lloyd talking to Donatello, um, and we have the rest of the crew from both sides just, out at the park. So Josto goes up to Lemuel and the rest of the crew and try to start some trouble, just, trying to act like he's above someone. We have the muscle man. He is making signs like he's going to slice somebody's throat, like a crazy man. And see, the thing, okay, as the writer said earlier in the story that whoever is fresh off the boat, they go through, this is their story of how they make it through the top, how they trying to get to the top. The thing about the canon connection is all of them are American born and raised. Like, they're not fresh off the boat, like 300 years ago off the boat. Lloyd had to let Donatello know, I don't work for you. We have an alliance. I'm going to keep growing my business and protecting my people. But if you start killing kids, just know you have more children than I do. I think Lloyd mentality is just like it has always been for our culture. Like, we were born here, brought over here, most of us, the slave trade, or maybe descendants of freemen. We all come from the same struggle. We all come from either slavery, which still affects us now. All these things affect us even to this day. And Lloyd mentality is, and his crew is, we deserve just as much as the next person. And we be damned if the last person off the boat is going to get ahead of us. Not saying that that this is right formula to use, but that's his mentality. Donatello tells Lloyd to chill, like, it's just business, whatever that's supposed to fucking mean. So on the ride, we see Donatello and Josto with his rude ass, like, they don't like us. We should, and they don't respect you. We should just kill him. So Donatello looks at Josto and he's like, really, is that how is that how you feel? Or is it that you don't like them? Anyhow, briefly they tell Josto that his brother is coming. His brother is coming. His brother Donatello is coming from the old country. And I see that same mentality, that crab in a barrel situation, Josto is showing towards his own blood. Like, why is he? What is he going to do? He's not even American born. But this is your own brother, and he is trying to get to the top, and he don't care who he has to knock down to get to it. Okay, so something weird happens, and it's a fart that does not even, I don't think it fit into the scene. So I'm not even going to discuss that. But anyhow, we see that Donatello get hit with one of the pellets from the BB gun. And Donatello is leaking out of his out of his neck. Blood is pouring. So they rush him to this area hospital. And upon arrival, he's being refused treatment because of prejudice and racism, because they were Italians. And they're treated very rudely, but Josto sure did let that doctor know that he'll be back. He said, yeah, you going to pay for this. So they rushed him to another area hospital down the road, and you have the doctor talking to Josto, and Josto, ungrateful ass, is going to tell that doctor, has the nerve to tell that doctor, I want a real doctor. I would have asked him well, you could be. First of all, you didn't say all this until we got the pellet out. You didn't say all this when his neck was bleeding all over. When he was bleeding from the neck, about to bleed a river out. You didn't say that at first. Now you're gonna say you want a real doctor, and the doctor had tell him, this is real as it get. This is the doctor he's going to get today, that he got today, that helped him out today. This just crazy. I just don't understand how ungrateful he is. So moving along, we see the crazy nurse, and she's there with treating Donatello, and she noticed Josto, and they hit it off. They start getting high up in the bedroom, and they're talking, and Josto is like, my dad is in pain and I can't stand it. Would you look after him? And she was like, yes, I will be his guardian angel. Now I'm not sure, but did Donatello basically ask her to kill his father? Like, did he really say that, or was he really, did he know the meaning behind what he was saying, really? Because this nurse at the Rita is batshit crazy. She's a fucking dark angel. And next, like we seen her do before, she's killing off Donatello. Meanwhile, across town, we have Dr. Center and Lloyd trying to seal a legit deal with the bank. Per my research, I didn't find any African American who's supposed to started the idea of a credit card. However, we're you in history, we're known to be the one that they take our ideas and run with it. So, just it, and it's a system. It's a rigged system set up, and the banker isn't even listening to Lloyd. Like, he don't even have Lloyd and Dr. Senator full attention, and he's like, they run by this awesome idea, break it all down. And he's like, well, what do you need our bank for? And they're trying to explain to him, like, it'll be more exposure. We can get it on at these rates and so on and so forth. And that man ain't think about it twice. He like, no, I can't do it. So like people do, we pick up the pieces and the crumbling pieces that the white man try to throw at us, and we pick them up, put them in the bag, and move on. Business as usual. So back at home, Lloyd is greeted by his wife and beautiful children. And his wife is just, worried about her baby boy. So Lloyd looks at his wife in the eyes and he tell her the truth, like, he looks skinny. And I love the fact that he was honest, because the thing with Lloyd is, we are living this way because of whatever I'm doing, whatever he do. And it's a life of crime. And, everyone makes sacrifice. The whole family makes a sacrifice. And I like I liked his honesty right then towards his wife, And when it comes to that, I love a husband that's going to tell me everything. That's going, he don't hide nothing, because it just doesn't work like that, in my opinion. I loved his honesty towards his wife in that part. I think Cannon has a plan to get Satchel back. Lloyd assures his wife that it won't be long that he'll be getting Satchel back some. Y'all. So, that was the episode. This is my first review. I always wanted to do reviews. Y'all tell me what y'all hanging there with me, y'all. Like, this one is all chopped and screwed because I was at work and then I was home and then I had the TV on at one point. This worked with me. It'll be better. It'll be better. I didn't know it'd take this long, but hanging there with me, y'all, and tell me if you like it. Subscribe, tell a friend. Let me know what other shows y'all would like, and maybe like for me to review if y'all feeling this. Thank you.